with you two on guitar, one of the things that I noticed right away with the first song, like I said, it sounded like you guys have been jamming in a room and playing shows together and doing all this stuff in a band forever. Because it was just like you'd hear one guy playing solos, the next guy would come in. It just felt like natural, like it wasn't, how shall we put it, like too constructed, right? I guess that's probably the best way to put it.
Yeah.
But I think you guys sounded like you've been around forever in this band together, the whole band, not just you two, but
that's amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, on the real, so me and Doug have known each other for 40 plus years. And we've both been involved in like going to see Heathen, and he would come see Exodus, and we'd hang out and we'd record and old Exodus demos and all this stuff. But so me and Doug have been there's a lot of love there, and there's a lot of respect there. From forever. We're just good. We're great friends, dude. We get along well. There's not crazy competition. We just want to play some really badass freaking heavy metal.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Like I'll say, okay, well, this is kind of roughed in so that this will be the solo section, and it's all mathematical. You break it down into like 8 parts, and then it changes key, and then it'll go like 8 parts, or we'll trade off. Sometimes it's a little bit different. There'll be a short one here and a long one there, or whatever. But we would basically just kind of like fly over it and just say, hey, what do you think? You want to play the one in F sharp? You want to play the one in B? What do you want to do? What feels right? What's going to be? What's your jam? And it's like, oh, well, I'll take that one. That's the end of that. And that's how fast it goes. It's like you don't even think about it. You just kind of
exactly how it goes. And there's no ego involved. There's no like, well, yours is longer than mine, and mine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, dude.
It's like sometimes, like the Addicted to Power one is actually kind of like Rick's got the little short one in the front, and I got this big goofy long one at the end or in the middle. And it's kind of like I didn't even think about the one in the front until later, and then I go, whoa, Rick should play something there. But I wasn't even sure what the hell was going on, and we kind of like recorded it, and then there we were, and then Rick snuck the thing in the front, and then that was it. It's not exactly balanced, but it's like not a big deal. It's just like I just get there and just like piss everybody off with a bunch of wild wanky guitar, but whatever.
In that song, I love playing those rhythms. Those rhythms are heavy.
You know what? The rhythms are almost more fun than the solos.
I love playing those rhythms, dude. Sorry, didn't mean to swear. They're freaking heavy, dude. I enjoy playing rhythm guitar.
Me too. I mean, I really get off on like when we play with the Angel Witch stuff or like, the Quintanica things. Honestly, I will just lay back and I'll be like the big mama, hanging out in the back and just being like, no, seriously, a little bit more like Malcolm Young, because Malcolm would just like focus on the rhythm parts,
dude,
and that's all he would play. And it's like, for me, that's like so interesting just to hold the fort down so solidly and play real tight with the drums and the bass and just kind of like make a huge platform for someone else to go have fun on, I mean, it's not always necessary to be the guy on the platform running around, being crazy and wild, playing wild, flamboyant, crazy Malmsteen shit.
Of course, when you've been doing it as long as Doug and I, you learn that everything aside, it's all about the song.
Exactly.
It's all about the song. What's going to make the song better? You know what I'm saying? So ego aside and all that stupid shit. It's just the bottom line is it's all about the song. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. See, I'll tell you one thing. Doug is really, really good at taking a song and adding these little atmospheric guitar parts everywhere. You know what I mean? So it becomes like this really dynamic, like roller coaster ride of like nice in and out subtle guitar parts that are just cool as hell. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, yeah, hell yeah, that sounds great, Doug. Let's do it, because this song calls for it. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter who plays it.
You do it too, though. You came up with that thing in the day after, and I wasn't even thinking anything like that. No way, chance, no chance. and you fucking came up with this chord thing, and it was just ridiculous. And it's like, I heard it, I was like, that's it. This is what we got to do. But not with all this extra noodly shit. We just got to use these chords. And then I sent it back to you. Remember that night?
Of course.
That was hilarious. It's like, it became simple, but it was so epic. And it was necessary just to have it like that.
Yeah. It's all about the song, baby.
Hey everybody, Tony here from the Metal Command podcast. Again, I appreciate your support. Since 1998, I have hosted this show in one form or another, starting off in radio and now in the podcast format. Again, thanks for watching. And if you like what you see and hear on this show, by all means, please hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell to be notified anytime I do post a video. And if you see this program on any other form of social media, please give me a follow there. Again, I always appreciate your support.